Hello everyone, it is Susie and welcome back. I have some journals I want to share. This one here is actually one that I made on the alphabet challenge. The bag is, and I was kind of showing you the journal. That is one of them. And then this is actually one that I had been working on with some of your Creative Studio pieces. So I have it finished, and then I have a couple of fun, they're just actually blank on the inside, and I have decorated just a little bit of the cover and left all of it blank for you to embellish yourself. So I hope to try to do some blank journals periodically. It's just finding the time to be able to do that is a challenge at times. So anyway, I'm going to start with this one here. And like I said, this one here is actually one that I was working on with the collages that I was doing, the bits from the Your Creative Studio, the little subscription box pieces. So here is the back, and this is kind of a grungy, really vintage looking. I have used this. Now these letters are called, and I have cut those in half. I don't use them all together, but they are called type chips. I think I say that wrong every time. I try to give you the name of those, but they are the type chips by Tim Holtz. So, but I just cut them in half is what I do, and then I kind of just take my scissors and maybe try to round it just a little bit on the edges to make them look like, you know, the other end of it. So that's what I do. So I have just done a little collage. Now my little ladies vintage photos like this are actually from Artymaze. The vintage women here, this one is, they come, I don't know, there was 4, 8, maybe 8, something like that, different little photos. And so that is just a digital download from her. And you open up, now this is an envelope, and I don't have anything in here, but it would be a great place to just store receipts or something of that type. And then these are the Tim Holtz Lost Relatives, I believe. They're the big photos that come in his box, or maybe it's Found Relatives, I can't remember, but something to that effect. And then these, of course, are his little photo booth images here that come in a box. So just some book page and a lot of collage. This is actually some ephemera here, aged ephemera. And of course did some of my stitching there on the crinkly paper. And then my little printouts here are Mrs. Cog's Crafts. I don't know which one this is. This may be the journal. She has so many of those words and phrases, digitals. But anyway, I believe this one is out of the journal quotes and phrases. So just some of the back crinkly paper. Here is a little Tim Holtz. Now this is some new things that I have purchased. These are actually, and I love these because they're not glossy, and I think I've showed them before. These are his ticket book, and I have just used quite a bit out of here. Actually, that whole page is gone. But they are not, they're not glossy. And so they almost look more realistic than his glossy stuff does. So I really have enjoyed these. Now I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. They were $9.99. Of course, you know Hobby Lobby always has the 40% off. So I used my coupon on those. But I really like his little ticket book. I love the tickets and the things that have come out of there. Now a lot of this is this is from Your Creative Studio. Some washi there, and then of course Artymaze's digital print there. Here's just some graph paper. And then these are also Tim Holtz here, and I know that you've watched me in a craft with me doing, using those letters there. That's his, I don't know if I have it sitting close or not, but I'll tell you what it is. This is just a little booklet that I have put in the little half envelope there. And I did have to put a paper clip on it to keep that flat from opening up. Let me see if I can tell you what that's called. I have the package sitting right here. These are layers. That's what these are called. Layers. And I actually picked these up at Joann's. So, this package here. But I went into Hobby Lobby and I actually bought, when I bought the tickets and stuff, I actually got a couple of packages of those while I was there as well. So there is another little ticket, his little photo booth, the little crinkly paper, and then I think this was one I actually did with a craft with me here. That was your Creative Studio, the little sticky note sheet, and I used it as a label. And then here is for, you know, you open up the envelope, and you can stuff so many things, photos, whatever you want in there. I actually took the little tin, the little type letters there. They've got a staple on them. I glued them to the string and just put them in on the ties there. I thought that was cute. And then this was a collage that I also did. Oh, I did leave that one full. I thought I had been cutting them all. But this I think I did as a collage maybe right here with you on a craft with me. This here I've added some of this label tape. I don't think I've showed you this. I'm not sure if I've showed you that or not. But this is his label tape. I think I did. And anyway, it is really cute. And it is self-adhesive. You have to peel off the back to get it to stick. But this is like the old label maker that you used to have that punched your letters. And you turned it and punched your letters. Here is the envelope I did on a craft with me. I will probably put some coffee dyed paper in there. I did not do that, but I will. I will do that, and I will actually add a rusted paper clip there. And then here is another part of that envelope. And I've just made another little booklet here. And that will go in there. And the same way I did paper clip it just to keep that closed. You can kind of see daybook hanging out there. And then another collage we did with your Creative Studio pieces. And I think that's it. And then the back I put another one of those big photos of photo cards that were Tim Holtz. And of course this opens up as well, and you can, you know, hide something in there. And there is the back. So that is this journal here, and I will probably call this Stories. This will be in the Etsy shop, and it will just be called Stories. Okay, and then this one here will just be a gift bag journal combo is probably how I will just list it, or botanical gift bag and journal combo. But this is now this is what I have done on the little craft with me on the alphabet challenge. And I did add just a couple of more things to the tag, and I added filled notes here. I just felt like it needed something a little more. I've used one of those little chip letters right there, and I just cut it small. Did some twine there, but it is just the gift bag, and you can put the journal in it if you were giving it as a gift or just wanted to kind of store it that way. I will show you. The journal just, oops, if I can show you here, just fits in like so, and the journal is just as tall as the bag. So that will come together. And then let's just open it up here. I just tied both of those journals with sari silk. And this is, if you watch the alphabet challenge, this is that paper that just has that like sketchy little print on it, botanical prints, which I loved. This is from ChristinesCraftAttic. I will have the link to this in the description box as well. And I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And I put a little bit of I don't know if this is sari silk or if it's some linen. I think it's some old aged linen fabric there that I have put there to just cover the binding just a tiny bit. This is the back. As a matter of fact, see how frayy it is. It's a really vintage fabric or linen. And then I've just used the crunchy paper. That's really all the cover is. And I've added some vintage lace. This was gifted to me by one of the ladies over at Sophie's Notes. And I added a little copy of some ephemera there. These are some really cute digitals. I don't know if she will have this particular kit. I used 2 kits in this because there was a problem with a watermark, or her markup on one, and she had actually deleted her original file, so she was going to try to get that back together. Don't know if she'll have that up at the time of the video, but just keep checking. If not, it's a really nice digital. And then here is just one of those Tim Holtz tickets here. Of course, all your papers have been tea stained. And then here is just a little piece of the kit. And I've just added a little pocket made out of some crinkly paper and a little piece from one of the digitals there. Here I've just added a little, another little piece of the digital just for journaling. Just draped it over the page. Just put it on with a little rusty paper clip. I think I am out of rusty paper clips. If I have any in the shop, I think I'm down to just a few small, but I may be sold out. But I cannot find a paper clip that will rust the way these rusted. The brand that I bought like this, I don't know, they've changed something. I tried to rust a batch of them and they would not rust like these did. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to try a couple of brands probably and see if I can get some more made. Until then, I don't know. They almost came out like just a galvanizy, old galvanized look. They really weren't rusty, so not sure what I'm going to do there. Here is one of the prints, and I've just stitched down, did some decorative stitching on it. Piece of ephemera, made a pocket. Here's a couple of the little Tim Holtz tickets there that come out of the ticket book. And I've just added them in the pocket here. I've just draped another little piece here. Now this was half of the 8.5 by 11. So this one just has a little flower on it. And this is Emma, and it's just a journaling. I just thought it would make a good journaling paper. Is what I thought. So. And then here is another print here. Now I do have some different size pages, if you can see. I didn't tell you that, but there are a few different sized pages there. This is kind of cool. This here, I actually run through the printer. It was some ephemera that I had gotten also as Happy Mail from one of the ladies over at Sophie's Notes. And it was an envelope, and so I took it and I just copied it. I didn't even scan it. I just copied it, the original, and I put it on this paper. And so all I had to do was bend it, and you can see there's the postmark. So I just bent it, folded it to make it look like it was just like if it was the original. It's kind of neat. So then you have some journaling paper there. It was really kind of fun. It was a really nice ephemera that was sent to me. And then here's some more of that little sketchy watercolor. And then these are the Tim Holtz sewn fragments. I did use some of those, which if you watch the alphabet challenge, I kind of tell you about those little sewed fragments there. And then here is a couple more of the little tintype letters that I have just put in the middle there. And here is another one of the little digital pages. I did some fancy stitching on it. Another draped page. I probably won't take this. Well, I may go ahead because it's got a little print on it. It's like a little collage, a little library card, and a little postcard. Really cute. Just a little spot for journaling. Another Tim Holtz ticket. Just kind of got a little staple and sewing going on there. A little sari silk. Some of the age tape there. Some more of that sewing fragment. A couple more of the Tim Holtz tickets. And some of that, another piece of half of the ephemera. And then here I've added another little pocket. This is from the kit. And I've sewed around most of the little pieces here. And then some more of that really pretty vintage little lace there. And then, of course, I did stitch around the pages as well. That was from the digital kit that I did put inside the book. Here's just another piece of journaling paper there. This was really a cute kit. And then here is the back, just a nice place for journaling. And then back side of the cover. So anyway, there is that one. And then of course there's nothing on the back of the bag, just the front. Anyway, this is some really aged ribbon is what that is. Very, very aged. It is so brittle. Okay, there is that. And then for my blank journals, this one will probably just be, oh, I know what I did. I named her. This is Cheri. Cheri Blank Journal is what this one will be called in the Etsy shop. I've got 12 pieces all together using the sheets for the paper, the envelopes, the bags. That I'm counting all of it. So here is the front, and this is just like, it's laid out just like this one. So you have your bag here that you can put anything you want in. There it is. And then all I did was, I bought these 49 in Market frames and the paper. Oh gosh, I know it was about 3 months ago possibly. I had mentioned it on one of my videos. And I wanted to make one of those journals that you... that was sewed to the fabric, you know, for the pages to for your spine. But they did not send me everything I ordered. A lot of it was out of stock. I ordered it off Amazon, and so some of it was out of stock. The stamps that I'd ordered, I didn't get those. They didn't say it was out of stock, but they said it was some kind of error, and so they just, you know, refunded and didn't really send me everything. So I kind of scrapped what I had in mind to do, and so I've used some of the paper and then the frames. So, and I actually used, this was the same frames that I had used on my easiest journal I ever made. Those journals that I had made there, those are the frames that I had used. So, but this is, like I said, just a blank journal. It has a little one of the little glassine bags in it there, craft glassine bags. There's the envelope, and there's your big envelope in the middle. And I did put one more little decorative thing on one side of the envelopes there. so that it kind of tied the journal together, even though you were filling it up with other things maybe. It just kind of would pull it together. And then the other half of the little glassine bag there. And there is the back. So anyway, there will be that. And this one is called Cheri. Cheri Blank Journal. That's how that will go in the Etsy shop. And I just did, oh, I don't think I showed you. I just did a pamphlet stitch, and I did put a couple of the old buttons on the bottom of the strings. Those are vintage. I thought that would be fun. I've been using the old buttons to tie right down there. Of course, those aren't tied, it's just strung through. And here is the other one. This one here I am calling Mariam. And it has 13 sheets of paper, so that gives you the 26 pages or the 52 sides. So, but this one here, I've used the torn paper, and you can see it's just torn right there, the crinkly old torn paper. Did the frame, and of course Artymaze, that is hers, and the paper. I had some 6x, those were 6x6 pad is what that was. And then here I've used another little frame, just framed some of the paper and added another image here, little vintage looking image. And then I've added Mrs. Coggs, that's her quotes and phrases for the journal. Just day book and some age tape where that was a little torn. So that is the cover. I have some more of this fun vintage lace that was gifted to me. You actually use it for a pocket. And I've just added some different papers in this here. And there's a glassine doily. I think I put a couple of glassine doilies. And so that's what I'm counting as a page. Anything that you can turn is counted as a page. So, and I think I put the vintage buttons in the center of the signature of this one as well. Yes, I did. So there is a couple of the little tiny vintage buttons on the end of your strings, and it's just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch that I bound it by. And it is just blank and ready for you to fill up on. Oh yeah, I thought I put a couple of the glassine doilies. These are the 8-inch doilies from the shop. I have 8 and 10-inch, and those are the 8-inch. And then the back, I've just put another piece of this really pretty vintage lace there, and that is the blank journal. So I hope that you enjoyed everything, and like I said, these will be listed in the shop, so if you're interested. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.